Hey everyone, how's it going? I didn't send up a video yesterday for some pretty good reasons. I had a dental appointment yesterday. Um, I had yesterday off from work, and I'll tell you, my mouth is still in kind of some pain after yesterday. And I kind of figured it was going to be, considering what all they had to do. Um, Feeling a lot better today. Obviously, because I'm talking and my mouth isn't all that swollen. Uh, was a pretty decent day yesterday, except for the dental visit. Uh, Started changing my dental visits to later on in the day, because I'll tell you, being in pain for 3/4 of the day and sleeping and not sleeping and sleeping and not sleeping is just crazy. Because you just can't sleep when you're been up for a while, but then again you can't really go to sleep when you're not really super tired either. So yesterday, with being in that much pain, I tried to get some sleep, and I tried to do things like go through some old cards, some old magic decks I had set up, and I was trying to find things to do to kind of keep my mind off of it, but I was I was I was in a lot of pain yesterday. As soon as that numbing medication and all that wore off, it was like I got floored. Um, Again, I can't stress how important it is to take care of your teeth early on in life, because the longer you wait and the more you put it off, the worse it's going to be and the harder it's going to be to try to keep them clean, to try to maintain them, because it's not like sore, okay, that you get on a foot or a leg or you get on your finger. Though that kind of thing heals, okay, it regenerates, so to speak. It's not like a broken bone. I mean, a broken bone will mend. In some cases, you break a bone, rumor has it that it doesn't break in that same area again because it heals together even stronger than it was the first time. Well, your teeth aren't the same way. You have a coating over it called enamel, and if you don't take care of that enamel, you only get one shot. So, if you don't take care of that enamel, your teeth become weak on the outside, and eventually the outside part becomes the inside part, and the inside part moves to your roots of your teeth, and it's just horrible. It really is. And if you don't get it taken care of and keep up on it right away, you gotta sit there and think. If your tooth becomes infected and it's causing you pain, there's something wrong, okay? And then you also got to look at it from the aspect of you get an infection on your finger or your whatever. A lot of times you can just squirt the junk out and put a little antibiotic over the top, and a lot of times it'll heal it and take care of itself. Your tooth's not the same way. Not to mention the fact that just like your sore, your infection on your finger or whatever can go into your bloodstream. That's why you're supposed to try to take care of the infection as fast as you can. An infection in the mouth is a lot worse. Thank God I didn't have that because I do keep up on my teeth. But an infection in your mouth is a lot worse because you end up with that infection, first of all, going into your bloodstream, and it's a really close proximity to your brain, okay? Not to mention you're always putting more bacteria and more food and stuff like that, and sugars and starches, and the list goes on of stuff you eat, back into that open sore, and you're just aggravating it, making it worse. Okay, and if that doesn't cause you enough excruciating pain and the possibility of getting it in your bloodstream, it doesn't scare you enough. How about the fact that you're digesting? Okay, you're digesting, going that pus and that infection and that stuff into your stomach. So your body's not just digesting the food; it's digesting the rotten part of the tooth. Okay, that infection doesn't just, in your mouth, doesn't just go into your bloodstream. It's not like you can put some antibiotics on it and boom, you're good to go. I mean, you're going to continue to eat with that mouth, which means you're just going to put more bacteria and junk inside it. You're going to digest it and everything else. So don't wait to go to the dentist until you have like a toothache. I try to take really good care of my teeth. But unfortunately, in my case, it came too late in life. A lot of my enamel is already gone. And, I've tried varnishes and whatever they call it, polishes and fluoride treatments and stuff like that. But, and whitening, it just doesn't work. And I've tried whitening in my teeth, and I'll tell you, it makes my gums and everything so sensitive. So cold bothers it, heat bothers it, sugars will bother it, even spicy foods will bother it. So I quit doing the whitening formula stuff, and I got the extra fluoride stuff to try to keep my teeth as strong as I can. Unfortunately, I can't put more enamel on my teeth. It just doesn't work that way. Sorry guys, it's not like, putting on a table and putting varnish and stuff like that and hardening up the table so that, you could drop something on it and it's not going to break, okay? Your teeth aren't the same way. They're porous, extremely porous, but they're also extremely solid too. They've been compared to like bones. They've been compared to quite a few different things. But they don't heal. They don't regenerate. They don't, so you chip your tooth, guess what? It's chipped. A filling pops out, guess what? It's not going to heal around where the filling was and make a new tooth. When you get, like in this case, you see this here? Yeah, this is from a baseball bat, okay? When I was a kid, I was on a team. And who knows, maybe the person watching my video might remember it. But the baseball bat comes flying backwards and goes through my face guard. And I had a face guard going across like this, because I was catching. Every once in a while, I'd play catcher. Normally, I was in the outfield or the infield. First, second, third, short. It's normal positions. If our pitcher was out, I'd be filling in for the pitcher. If I had to play in the outfield, I could be left, right, center, wherever. So I was a jack of all trades, master of none. Well, it just so happened our catcher was down with the flu that day, and we had to get this game going. And so they're like, hey, Tony, you can do catching. Jump in there. You got a glove for it. So I jump in there, and I'm being the catcher, and it was going great. I mean, we were like even up all the way through, it seemed. And, they'd get some points, we'd get some points, and we weren't falling like really super far behind. Well, the batter lets go of the baseball bat, and it goes flinging backwards. And the handle of the bat literally just barely caught through it. And I went to turn like this to try to avoid it, and I was hoping it was going to hit the side because the side's got a complete shield up against it. Instead, it came in like this, and the handle literally hit here and shoved the tooth. You can see it shoved the tooth like that. The dentist said, and this is back when I was like 14, 15 years old, okay? dentist, said, "Oh, there's a good chance you're going to lose that tooth." And I've heard that story for quite a long time now, and I'm a lot older than 14 now. And every day, I thank God. I'm like, "Thank you, Father, for me not losing my tooth." Because you walk around and you have a big giant missing tooth there, but it's sensitive, and it's never going to be the same as it was. But that just kind of tells you, that proves my point. What I'm trying to say is it never completely heals 100% ever. And look at it, the tooth is still crooked. Now, if we try to straighten it, chances are I'll end up losing it. And and it makes it very tough to floss in between these two teeth here. But I can do it. And I make sure to brush it on the front and the back, by the gum line and everything else. I try to take care the best I can. And that's not where I had to go for my filling. And actually, believe it or not, both the fillings they had to do were old fillings that had weakened with age, and had gotten a cavity behind one of them, and it just fell out. And that's in the back here on the molar. This whole side, my face is still kind of sore, but I'm able to talk, and you can hear me, and I can enunciate, and so in all actuality, I really, and we should really be appreciative of our dentists, because it's come such a long way through the years. In fact, even the last 20 years, a lot of the technology they used to use back then, they don't use anymore. A lot of things they used to do for like fillings and stuff like that has changed. Procedures for x-rays and everything else. It's not as bad as it used to be going to the dentist. So if somebody's afraid to go there because of the old horror stories of what it's like at the dentist's office, guess what? They're just stories, okay? Don't be afraid to go. And the more you put it off, the worse it will get. I guarantee you that. And I've been keeping up on my teeth. Maybe my dentist will tell you this too, at least for the last 16, 17 years. And, I try to do a bit more and more each time. I try to go a little bit more above and beyond each time. I try to stay away from more of this or more of that, And he notices, he notices. He's like, yeah, look, you're getting really good at this. Unfortunately, it's not too late. It's never too late, but if you would have started this sooner, you wouldn't have been in the situation you are now. And now it's I like to use the phrase polishing the turd, because my mouth was completely crap when I started going to the dentist. I had cavities like you wouldn't believe. I had all kinds of fillings. I had to get root canals. Oh my gosh, don't ever have to get a root canal. They're just horrible. To give you an idea of what a root canal is, imagine cutting the tooth off basically at the gum line almost, a little bit above, going in and cleaning out the entire root of your tooth, okay? Both of them, because some teeth actually have more than one root system. Cleaning them out completely, packing them, and I don't mean packing them, they pack them with different stuff. Not to mention they have to, usually when it comes to having to do a root canal, they have to use antiseptic inside there because it's become toxic. And that means the tooth is basically dead. So what they're trying to do is repair it enough so that it at least will stay there. But then they have to manufacture a cap, some kind of cap to put over the top of it, and temporary, until they bring in an actual mold of a tooth and remold one, and then you end up with what looks to be. And I've got some caps, and so because I've had a couple root canals done, and you don't want to go down that road. take care of your teeth now. And that's why there was no video yesterday. And I did get a chance to go through some of my magic cards. I redid the blue deck even further because of, like I said, trying to find something to do to bide my time. And yeah, I didn't even go into work yesterday. It was so bad. Went into work today, and some people were actually happy to see me. Some of them weren't there either the day before, so they were like, "You weren't here yesterday either?" No, I had it off. I don't normally miss work, so if I'm off from work, it's usually because I've scheduled to be off. I used vacation or unpaid time off or something. And props goes out to my dentist because I'm going to be starting to go when I have dental appointments. Like I started to say before, my dental appointments will be in the afternoon now instead of having it early in the morning or middle of the morning. I'm now getting the opportunity to go in there in the afternoon and get a lot of my work done so that I'm not having to miss a full day of work. Because where I work, you miss a full day of work, there is no making up for it the next day. It takes you a long time to get caught up. So, but the word of the wise, man, a little bit you do each day goes a long way. That's my word for the wisdom for the day. A little bit each day can go a long way. For your teeth, for your work, for your relationships, it doesn't matter. It applies to them all. And always put forth your best foot forward. That's another good phrase. Your best foot forward. I don't know which foot that is, but so I'll try to put both of them forward. Just not both at the same time. Well, you guys have a great night. And I apologize for no video yesterday. I had a very good reason. It's a little hard to make a video when you can't talk. Anyway, bye for now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Be safe.